What do you do when your sales drop on Amazon? So that's what I'm going to show you in this video, and hopefully you will follow the checklist that I'm going to share, and you avoid what 99% of the sellers do, which is they just basically freak out. They start to do 10 different actions instead of understanding what was the source of why the sales have decreased and take action only on that source of the issue. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do in this video, and hopefully you can apply this into your business and keep growing on Amazon. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Miguel. I'm the founder of PPC Room. We are an agency managing around $100 million in sales for our clients, and we help them manage their Amazon advertising. We do listing optimization for them through SEO and creative optimization, and we also help them bring traffic from TikTok in order to bring external traffic to Amazon in order to help them be more competitive on the platform. So let me now share my screen, and let's go through the checklist. Okay, so Amazon sales drop troubleshooting. Let's now go through this checklist. You should basically whenever you have a drop in sales on Amazon, first of all you need to identify which product or which products got that decrease in sale. Okay, because this checklist, you should run it product by product in order for you to identify the exact source of the problem. Okay, so there are basically three things you need to consider when understanding what was the source of a drop in sales. I mean, sometimes people overcomplicate and they think there are 3 million ways that of things that could have happened, but really three things. Okay, so one, first of all, you need to check, and this checklist goes from like priority order. Okay, so the way that this goes is you basically start to ask all of these questions literally as you were going to fly an airplane, making sure that each check box is checked, and whenever you feel you got an issue, meaning you are suffering from the potential cause of that drop, you basically take action on that and then keep moving to the next one. Okay, so let's now go through the first one. So eligibility, basically this is very basic. Okay, so I'm just starting from the basics. Is your listing inactive? Is your listing search suppressed? Okay, so so one thing you can do in order to check this is you go to your inventory page, and I mean, hopefully you can search for your racing that you are seeing that they have a drop in sales, and yeah, you can see if they are inactive or they were blocked, or you see in this case this one is search suppressed. So this is in a case where the product is active but it's not allowed to be searched on Amazon. So that's one thing you can do, and Amazon tells you, you just click on the button and then Amazon tells you exactly what steps you need to take in order to get the product searched, basically active and visible again. Another issue that sometimes happens is you just lost your buy box. Okay, so it might happen that, I mean, I'll just have here as this example, you essentially have other sellers selling on your buy box, and they are getting putting you a lower price, and you basically are losing the buy box. Okay, so you can use Keepa also just to keep track of all that type of activity in order to make sure you understand quickly if you are losing the buy box or not. That you can also check business reports to check that as well. Okay, so you can go to business reports and you click on the detail page, sales and traffic, and there is this column that says the featured offer. Okay, so in this case, usually it should be like a very high number if you are the only seller on your listing. I mean, it should be like 98, not 99. If you, I mean, you can check like week by week, how is it changing? If you see that, I mean, in 1 week it was like 70% or 60, and then the other week is like 90 or something. If you see that big change, means something is going on. I mean, either or even Amazon is selling like reused units under your buy box. It could be that as well. So all these little things do influence the buy box, because when you are losing the buy box, you are also not eligible to run ads on your listing. Okay, so that just very kind of basic boxes to check before we go into the more complicated stuff, which is either traffic or conversions. Okay, so this is where it's going to take. We will most likely spend most of our time when we are going to troubleshoot any sales drop on Amazon. So I'll just go through the steps. Okay, so basically you just check, like, is it seasonal? Okay, is this a seasonal time of the year that we are coming in, or is it like was it like a big holiday that happened, that it was just like a longer weekend, like either a Friday on like a holiday on Friday or holiday on Monday, and it's just people went out and they are just not in the computer for some reason. I mean, you need to ask yourself that. Okay, so like, is it just a natural season event, or it was just a macro event that just makes that period of the year to be seasonal? For example, you sell like a pool type of product for your pool. I mean, of course, in summer you have a lot more sales. When it's not summer, I mean, you might see a drop. So you need to compare your sales trends for some months. So basically you can compare the same month in the previous year to see if you also saw that drop as well. Okay, so very common sense things. Now we're getting to the more technical stuff over here. So there is this tool, the search query performance report that Amazon offers, that essentially what we are trying to understand here is are we dropping impressions or our clicks share? Okay, so basically, as you can see, I mean, you come here to the search query performance report, and so basically you go to your ASIN list, you put your ASIN in the box, and you can then filter these by week, month, and basically track the changes. Okay, so you can check on your most relevant keywords over here, so you can see week by week, are you seeing a drop in search volume? Are you seeing a drop in impressions that you are getting for this particular keyword? Is your percentage share dropping? Is it your click share dropping? So all these little things you need to ask yourself. Okay, so if it's dropping, is it because I decreased the organic rank? Is it because I need to spend more money on PPC? You start to question yourself, like, okay, what is happening here? What are the causes that are actually making us to seeing a lower in impressions and clicks share? Okay, so that's a very, very important step that you need to take into account, because it's just data that Amazon is sharing with you. And in the next steps, I'm going to tell you what you need to do if you do see that happening. So next thing, as one of the possible reasons to why you might be seeing a drop in clicks and impressions might be because your organic ranking is dropping. Okay, so to track our organic ranking, we use DataDive. So DataDive, I mean, is this tool that you can add your product over here, and you just have your most relevant keywords on one side, and then you can see basically a progression on your keywords. Okay, so to give you this example, so I mean, if everything is correct here, I mean, it seems that, for example, these keyword, as you can see, there are some days that we are very nice, like in here, like number 8, 12, not bad, 9, and then some days we just like 30, 18. These ones like we just something went wrong over here. We stopped indexing for these. But yeah, so you need to check keywords like this, okay? So that you had a good pattern in terms of, for example, this one also, this keyword number 1. We are changing a lot, sometimes we are like 40, 30, 20, 21, but then we are sometimes 6 or 4 or 6. So all these little up and downs do impact your visibility, especially if those are the keywords that have the most search volume in your niche. Okay, so this is a very, very important, this is something. If you just track your keywords for your main keywords, that's something I would say more than half of the sellers, they don't do that. It's just something. It's very, very important to just make sure you understand what was the source of the issue. Okay, because if you are not tracking these, you are in a blank spot. You don't know if the organic rank, if this is a problem or not. And if you do know that this was a problem, then you can take action into solve that. Okay, so then you start to question yourself. Okay, was it because I increased my price, or is it because we'll check in the next in the next block? Is it because my conversion have dropped? Is it because, again, my click-through rate went down? So then you need to, for each one of these things, or for example, if my click-through rate went down, can I change the image? Can I improve the image? Can I add a coupon to make it more appealing? So all these little things, you start to understand what steps you need to take after you understand the source of the issue. Okay, so now Amazon PPC spend, did it drop? Okay, so you go to your campaign manager, and if you have a good naming system and you have organized your campaigns in a way that you have only one product per ad group and per campaign as well, you'll be easily seeing what was the issue. Okay, like how the spend has changed, and how you can do that. Like in our agency, in our internal software, we do have this nice dashboard where you can see very quickly how this spend is trending, and total sales are trending for each product. We can easily see this, but if you don't have something like this, you can find your specific campaign and change the dates and all that stuff in order to see how your PPC spend is dropping or not. Because if it's dropping and your sales are also dropping, might be the source as well. So yeah, so that's just another thing. If you you need to ask yourself, do I need to increase the bids? Okay, because might be a case where your competition is increasing the bids, and because they are increasing the bids, you are getting less and less impressions and less clicks. And so for you to be more competitive in the market, you need to increase those bids as well. Okay, so that's another very important step. Next, you need to check your bestseller rank. Okay, so this example, you use a tool from Helium 10 to track this, and you can check like what if the BSR is the bestseller rank. Whenever the BSR drops, it's actually good, means you are basically increasing your sales compared relative to the whole category that you sell in. When it goes up, means you are dropping in rank on your category, basically. So in this case, we see that this guy, this seller has dropped his price around here. So you see it was 22.85, dropped to 18. You see their bestseller rank went down, meaning because he dropped the price, his sales increased. Okay, so you can see, and then when he got the price up again, it basically went down. It went up to the same position he was before. So you see, these guys, you can see whenever let's just say you know that your product sales have decreased. Okay, if you see that your BSR is the same, it means that was actually the market that has shrunk, not that your position relative to the market has decreased. But if you see that your BSR has increased, it basically indicates that you have lost sales in the whole market share. Okay, so that's what it means, what the BSR means in this case, and what you should take care about that. So another thing you can check is, I mean, with Helium 10, you can, I mean, search for these. Okay, so you can come over here and you can search for these, and you will be able to check your main relevant keywords. You can, for example, I mean, it's not the relevant keyword for this market, but you can come here and click in this button, and you can see how this search volume is changing. Okay, so you can see that, for example, this keyword, just an example. See the last year. I mean, you can even do like 90 days or 30 days to see the actual trend. See, that was a huge spike during this time. Okay, so people just got crazy. Just this doesn't happen often, for sure, but people got crazy, and you see lots more demand. If you are seeing the sales dropping in your case, when you basically check, I would say you check your main like top 5 keywords to see how they are trending. If you see that all of them are trending down, means, I mean, that the market demand is actually shrinking. So the result of you dropping in sales might be because of the market is shrinking, not because you are losing market share in the market. Okay, so yeah, that's that. And then external traffic. Okay, so might be in case you are running external traffic, might be Google Ads, TikTok ads from TikTok Shop or something. Did anything change? Did you drop the spend in those traffic sources? Did you stop working with influencers or something like that? So it's things that you need to check, and also in order to see the drop in traffic. Okay, so also one thing not many people check, which is inventory levels, because sometimes, many times happen actually when a product is out of stock, like not out of stock. I mean, the product is still available, but because you don't have available units in stock, people instead of getting their product in 1 or 2 days, let's just say, I mean, today it's the 23rd. Instead of you getting the product in 1 or 2 days, you just get your product in like 7 days from now with even with Prime. People will not buy, your conversion rate will drop because people want the product as fast as possible. So it could be another thing that might be influencing that drop as well. And this will impact your organic ranking, also impact your conversion rate. So this section could have been in the conversion side as well, but I just included here because it might also change your organic ranking, because Amazon is not promoting you organically as much because they see you don't have much stock to support those levels. Okay, levels of sales. So let's now go to the third step. See how these. It's actually a big deal. All these there is a science behind all these. Like troubleshooting sales on Amazon. So there's actually a lot of steps you need to take into account in order to make sure you understand what's the actual source of the problem. Because like I said, many people just do 30 different things at the same time, thinking that they are solving the problem, but they are actually making the problem worse if they don't understand what was the source of the issue. Because when you see the source of the issue, that you, for example, you have identified that you have dropped the, I'll just say your PPC spend has dropped, and everything else, is stable. Besides the fact that you lost clicks onto your listing, you just probably need to focus on increasing your PPC spend. Test that only for 1 or 2 weeks and see if the clicks got to the same place or not. So going these experiments, only changing one thing at a time, will get you to the results you want. Instead of changing multiple things at the same time, you might end up with a completely different listing that you were before. Okay, now last step, conversion. Okay, so we covered eligibility, we covered the traffic side, and we are now to the last section, which is the conversion side. Okay, now also very common sense, like again, this example of the listing, 4.5 rating, you have also 4.5 stars. It's great. If let's just say from one day to the other, the star rating goes from 4.5 to 4, meaning it goes to 4.2, which is when you go from 4.5 to 4. Of course, your conversion rate will decrease. It's something you need to take care about. Did my star rating dropped? Did my badge go away? So, like for example, this listing as an Amazon choice, did it go away? So because it's a lot of people buy sometimes based on the Amazon choice, they just get increasing conversion almost every single time. So did you lose that? Okay, so you need to check that. Then price competitiveness. Are your competitors cutting you on price? Are your competitors running deals, coupons, lightning deals? Can you do something about it? Okay, can you add promotions? Can you let me see this listing as an example. Can you this listing doesn't have it, but can you add a coupon there? Can you add a promotion? Meaning, if you buy three units of the product, you get 5% off. Can you do some things like that? Okay, can you run a lightning deal every other week or every week? Things like that you need to take into account in order to go with that price battle, if that's the case. Now, again, search query performance, coming back there. We have covered in the previous section about impressions and clicks. Now you check it, same thing, but for purchases. Okay, so same, we need to check week after week if it's in a shorter period that the sale drop happened in your account, or if it's been taking longer, like in months. And you need to compare, check week 2, check week 3, check week 1, in a proper sequence, in order to see what was the change in your market share for each of the keywords. Let's just say you have seen a drop in a conversion rate in a market share for this keyword. Okay, so you can see we only have 0.61%, but actually this keyword actually has a lot of search volume. You see, like 6,000 compared to this one as 3,000. So can we, for example, change the main image? Can we change the main image and add this keyword in the main image so that you can get more, people that are more interested to that product in our listing, and hopefully increase the conversion rate and the sales as well. So can we spend more money on that specific keyword? So guys, so when you see what was the source, you can then start to ask questions to yourself and understand what actions you need to take in order to solve that issue. Okay, so now going to the listing quality. So are your images, your bullet points, your A+ content, your videos still competitive against your competition? So you can check. You can check your competition's main images, their images, if they look. Honestly, you need to take a look at their images and see, okay, are they looking better than I am? Do I need to change anything in order to be more competitive? So all these things are very important. And of course, you need to check. You go to business reports and see if your unit session percentage has changed over time or not. So you can see in the unit session percentage, you can check it all in here. You can, in our software, you can check this very, very easily. We have other sources we can, other buttons we can push in order to check all of these. But yeah, you can check that, and you can also check the conversions from the advertising side. Okay, so you can also come here and see if our advertising spend, the advertising conversion rate has dropped. Did our unit session percentage drop? So you need to go into understand what was the source of the problem. Okay, so and another thing might be new competitors coming to the market, and you are seeing a decrease in the unit session percentage or the conversion from the ads, because there are new sellers coming, and they are basically cutting you off on price. Or I mean, you need to check if they are offering better products, or you have like a very old product that you haven't been innovating enough, that you might be considering, if you see a competitor coming to the market with a way better offer, you might be considering, changing the product in some way. Again, this is like the last step scenario, which is why, I made this in order for you to properly follow, because if you go through all these things, and this is your last resource, probably you need to take action into it, and be honest with yourself, and take action on that. So that's basically that. Okay, hopefully this was helpful, and longer video here, but hopefully this was a tutorial that went through step by step in order to understand whenever that you have a drop in sales, you can, instead of be reactive and just do multiple things at the same time, just take a deep breath, and then go in and go step by step and understand what was the source of the sales drop, and then take action accordingly to that. Okay, so yeah, hopefully it was helpful, and thank you for watching. See you to the next video. Bye.